Hi, if it's your first time here, welcome to our channel. My name is Julia, this is Matiere.
Hello everyone.
We're talking about fragrances here, and if that's the topic that you enjoy, we'll be more than happy if you'll subscribe to our channel. Today we'll talk about fragrance by French niche fragrance house, Matiere Premiere. The fragrance is called Crystal Saffron. It's a newly released fragrance. It was released in autumn 2022, so last year. Now we have a sample of this fragrance. It's an official sample here. We have to say that we are a bit disappointed with the quality of the sample. Maybe it's only our sample and the rest are okay, but we were unlucky here.
I was lucky to spray it 3 times, to wear it for 3 days on my skin, but Julia was a little bit disappointed.
Yes, when I got around the sample, I tried spraying it on and it didn't work. So after a few minutes of trying, I decided to unscrew this little sample, and now we'll be only dripping it on us. So yeah, okay. Okay, there we go.
Thank you. Yeah, here it is.
Okay.
Actually, I like the smell of this fragrance more from dabbing it on my skin than from the sprayer, because from the full spray it has a huge amount of sillage and projection. It's like a beast mode fragrance, but at the same time it's very airy, very diffusive, and very heavy.
Super heavy, and if you're spraying it on yourself, everyone around you is going to feel it. It's going to fill up your place. It's very strong, enormous, and actually if you overspray this fragrance, you might feel suffocated. So yeah. Be very careful.
I think you might even have a headache from this fragrance. I feel it's very synthetic for myself, because it has a lot of synthetic notes. The concentration is eau de parfum, and the top note is Musk Habanalite, only one note. The middle note is saffron oil from Greece, and in the base it has ambroxan, also synthetic note, and incense from Somalia. So there are 2 oils in this composition, and the other 2 notes are synthetics. So 50-50, I guess.
By the way, we forgot to mention the perfumer's name. It's Guichard.
The price of this fragrance is 195 euros for 100 ml. For 50 ml it costs 140 euros. And it also comes in a small bottle, 6 milliliters, and it costs 30 euros. So, for the smell. The note of saffron here is very good. I like it a lot. The musk and ambroxan are a little bit too heavy for my taste, so I wouldn't wear it too often on my neck, because I would be choked out by this fragrance, I guess. And yeah, but smell overall is quite good, but very heavy, and but it's airy and diffusive, so I'm a little bit confused. And I get a little bit of incense in this fragrance. It gives some smokiness, and I get also some latex vibes from this fragrance also.
For me, I enjoy the notes in this fragrance. I love saffron. We have some fragrances lined up to show you that we have in full bottles that people compare this fragrance to. So I love the idea of this fragrance, but I don't really like how it performs, because to me it's also very, very heavy. And recently I've realized that I am leaning more towards like airier compositions that are more well rounded up, that are smelling a little bit more natural. So to me right now, at this stage of my life, this is a little bit too loud for me, and I think I'll be very tired of this fragrance if I put like a few sprays on my neck. I'm not sure if I'd be able to carry it with me all day. So yeah, that's a little too loud, but if you are a fan of these notes, maybe you should try this fragrance because the saffron here is beautiful and it's loud. Maybe if you put a little bit on yourself, it's going to be okay. And I think also that dabbing this fragrance works out a lot better rather than spraying, because you get a little less and it doesn't project as heavy.
I also get some metallic vibes from this fragrance, like in Ganymede from Marc-Antoine Barrois. And also it's very spicy, a little bit powdery. I get here leathery vibes, but more this latex leather, and it's also kind of a little bit ambery and very musky and heavy on musks and broxen.
As Dmitry already mentioned, Marc-Antoine Barrois, we have Ganymede here. People are comparing Crystal Saffron to Ganymede. And on Fragrantica, it's 32 likes versus 42 dislikes when people are comparing these fragrances. To me, I'm also getting a little bit of this metallic note. Here it's as diffusive, but overall I would never compare these fragrances, because to me they smell absolutely different. And I would never say that if you have one, the other one is redundant in your collection. No way. To me, they might have a kind of like similar vibe in a way, but their composition is totally different. They smell different. So I wouldn't say that they're very similar.
I like this one a lot more, Ganymede.
Definitely.
But it also has this synthetic vibes from it, but the blend overall and the composition is more beautiful.
Yes, and Ganymede is actually a very unique fragrance, and Crystal Saffron reminds you of all sorts of different things, you know?
The next one
is Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait by MFK, Maison Kurkdjian. So this fragrance, as well as EDP, I love it a lot more. It's as diffusive as Crystal Saffron, but it's not as heavy. So let's compare them like that. Where Baccarat Rouge is like a nice, fluffy cloud and sweet, and Crystal Saffron is like this heavy cloud. It's full of moisture, heavy rain is going to come out of it, yeah? So these are like, this is a mild, light one, positive, like sweet, beautiful, and this one is like heavy, dark, maybe I would say, in terms of saffron, you know? So in this case, I love Baccarat Rouge 540 EDP and Extrait version a lot more than Crystal Saffron.
I wouldn't say that Crystal Saffron is a dark fragrance, but for me it's very spicy and like purple saffron color and very, very gray maybe.
Well, I was just comparing these two, so that's why I've used this kind of comparison.
So the next one is a very dark fragrance. For me is Oud for Greatness. This one is very dark, mysterious. It has also a lot of saffron, and these are the notes that I can compare in these two fragrances. And also I get some musky vibe from Oud for Greatness. But overall I enjoy a lot more Oud for Greatness than Crystal Saffron.
The first time I've smelled Crystal Saffron, I was like, oh, it reminds me of Oud for Greatness right away.
Because they both have a lot of saffron.
They both have a lot of saffron, but Oud for Greatness actually to me is a much more refined fragrance. It got different facets here, some green vibes as well. So I like Oud for Greatness a lot more.
Well, I would say that Crystal Saffron is blended very good The blending is excellent on Crystal Saffron. The next one is Rosendo Mateu number 5. Is Floral Amber Sensual Musk. We both love this fragrance. It's just amazing. It has a lot of floral notes, ambery. Here is also a lot of musks, and it's spicy, a little bit leathery. This I get also this leathery latex vibe with in the both fragrances, Crystal Saffron and Rosendo Mateu. And it's sweet, vanillic, also ambery.
I'm actually getting
Beautiful.
this sweet note that I have in Rosendo Mateu number 5. I'm getting similar note here as well as the latex note. So in some way they're kind of similar, but I wouldn't say that they're very similar, maybe like 20% similar, you know? So they're not the same.
This fragrance, Crystal Saffron, has some vibes in all of the fragrances that we have shown you. And another one fragrance that reminds people of Crystal Saffron is Thomas Kosmala number 4.
Yes, it's also similar to Baccarat Rouge 540, and to me, I sprayed Thomas Kosmala a few times on my arm. Both times I was wearing my autumn jacket, I was wearing long sleeve, I was wearing my gloves. And it was coming off heavily. I was like, as if I put a lot of sprays on my neck, and the sillage was enormous. And this is a very heavy fragrance. I mean, in terms of how it projects, it's a bismuth fragrance. When I feel the sillage of it, it's nice, but overall it's very tiring. It's always there with you. You feel it all the time, whereas with the Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait or EDP, it kind of comes and goes for a person who is wearing it. Maybe for those who are around, they're feeling it all the time, but for you, you're never getting tired of this. But Thomas Kosmala number 4, Après l'amour, if I'm right, it's always there, and it's so massively projecting that it's just a beast mode, and I wouldn't be able to wear it, and I don't want a full bottle of this fragrance. It's just a little bit too much for me, and I think that this fragrance and Crystal Saffron, they're very similar in terms of how they work, in terms of how they smell. So I think that's the closest to Crystal Saffron from the ones that we have mentioned here today.
If you like those fragrances that we have mentioned, definitely try Crystal Saffron. But if you don't like synthetic fragrances, if you don't like too loud fragrances that can choke you out, then maybe it's not for you.
Yes,
but the saffron here is beautiful.
I'd suggest people who are thinking of buying a saffron-based, maybe a Broxan-based musky fragrance, to try all of the fragrances that we have mentioned. If you haven't tried them yet, if you don't have any of these in your collection, then try them all and compare how you feel in each of these fragrances, because only you at the end of the day can make a right choice for yourself. So that's everything that we wanted to share with you in today's video. Thank you so much for watching us till the end. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, we appreciate when you're putting thumbs up to our videos and when you chat with us in the comments. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.